We're good. Ah! This is fine. No. No, we love Scuff here. We love Scuff. What's a Scuff without stream? Exactly. Yeah. Cannot reset. But yes. Yes. I'm not late this time. Take that, internet. La. I've never done that, but yeah, I am. My whole goal was to limit peak things, so I got rid of Chrome. My drought frames are kind of high right now, but we could get through that. We could get through that. Yeah, exactly.
I have been muted. I have been muted this entire time. On my own stream. On my own stream. Ah.
This is off to an amazing start. Nello.
It's great. It happens. It happens almost all the time. I think like the first thing anyone should say to me in chat is unmute yourself, Poette. or
it's like no matter if you're muted or not.
Yeah.
It's like
or in this case, stay muted.
Yeah. The Nell effect.
Oh my god. The Nell effect. I can't believe you've become some sort of like, I don't know, it sounds like a disease.
It's a curse. We're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're good. Perfect now. I'm a lot quieter than Nell. That is not...
That's just personality.
That's just what we call personality. That's okay. That's not... I mean, I could bump myself up volume-wise, but Nell is just loud. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Either late or chewing out Wi-Fi or both.
Yeah. But welcome everyone. There's a lot of people. Nell JUMPSCARE. Someone in my chat says Nell JUMPSCARE. Always. I'm so sorry.
What
do you mean? There's a Rev in the chat. Hello, welcome. Nice to meet you. Lots of people tuning in tonight. Yeah.
Now we wait for what?
And now I panicked because I wasn't aware that I was gonna be doing any sort of presentation on mindfulness, as your stream title says.
No, you don't need to. No.
Well, I could.
I'm just gonna ask you what you got. It's like you don't have to.
I mean, I could try if that is something I'm also kind of like trying to be in that mindset of elaborating on what mindfulness is and what it could be for different people. So if that is something that you are curious about, go ahead and ask it and we'll see. For some of the people, lurking and listening and just hanging out tonight, Nell is going to be kind of yes, this one, is going to be interviewing me. There's some questions, and if anyone has any follow-up questions or any curiosities, that is what we're going to be covering today, is just answering questions, and it's like a mini Q&A session just to hang out and relax, and at least says that Nell is my potential employer. It's not an interview. It's not that kind of interview. It's more of
No, it's not.
It's more of getting to know each other. Yeah.
You're hired. But,
Well, you hear that? I'm hired. So
Let's
go. Excellent. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you in terms of setting up your tablet and drawing? I actually can't see it on your screen, but I'm about to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give me a
Well,
second.
tablet is set up.
Yeah.
I have one tiny sketch.
Ooh.
We are good.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough.
There also, I will say in advance, I'm sorry in advance. There might be a little delay because my jot frames are like 60%. We don't have to worry about that. But otherwise, we'll be fine.
Okay. I believe. I do see the sketch, which is really cute. Yeah, perspective. That's always difficult.
Yeah. I might keep this one. Yeah. Anything? Do you want to get started?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like an excellent idea. Go ahead.
All right. Well, first off, who the duck are you? How do you get on my walls? I need to know. You know, it's
It could be the fact that I'm an interdimensional librarian / bookstore keeper, so I just kind of creep through your walls by default. But why your particular walls? I don't really have control over that. It's just wherever the portal takes me. But yeah, no, I'm Poette Evergreen, and you can call me Poette, Po, Potato, she, whatever you want. That seems appropriate, and
yeah.
And let's see. Why am I in your walls again? I don't remember how I got here myself, so I'm just here.
I'm guessing. Since you're like interdimensional, did you just like teleport to the wrong place? Was it, like Chris Doctor Who?
Basically, yeah. I just took the wrong portal. I took the wrong left turn, and I just wound it up here. So here we are. Yeah, makes total sense.
Exactly. Not if anything. Well, since you're in my walls now, I do have a couple of questions for you. Well, construction workers, you know, help get you out. But,
yeah, I'm just stuck in the cement. It's all right. Well, while I'm here, while we're waiting for the construction workers to move their butts over to help, yeah, we can go ahead and answer some questions.
All right. Well, the first one is I am wondering, because you've been here for a minute. You've been amazing, so cool, you know, and inspo to a lot. But what brought you into the Vtubing Sphere?
Do you want the honest answer, or do you want the honest answer?
Yes.
All right. So I have always liked anime, but I was never a very diehard anime fan. The reason why is because of I grew up in the Midwest, and I didn't have a lot of people who had the same interests as me growing up, and I didn't really know how to talk about anime or the things that I like, such as original characters and character design and, you know, Japanese animation and manga. So I've always had this profound, like, joy with creating characters. I think a lot of people might know it as like creating OCs, right? Original characters, OCs. Yeah. So, okay, I might get hate for this, but in my opinion, I feel like VTubing is kind of like bringing your original character to life. And that's kind of been like my ultimate dream, and what's kind of brought me into VTubing is just anime. And I was somewhat aware of idol culture from like K-pop and like K-pop stars, right? Idols from overseas. But because I never really got into a space where I could talk about it openly, I never knew how to navigate, you know, that. And it was actually the same with VTubing. I didn't have anyone who like brought me into the VTubing. I just kind of like fell in on my own, and I was just like, oh, yeah. I was just like, oh, okay. So it's like people who enjoy anime and sometimes idol culture and who like to sing and draw and perform or chat can, you know, bring to life this beautiful character. And I'm like, you know, I have a kind of an interest in that. But so yeah, I mean, it started out as a hobby, like most things, right? with these types of endeavors, and you know, I'm just kind of flowing with life, and you know, seeing how I can make meaning out of it. So out of being a VTuber, how I can like meet friends, you know, continue playing games and meeting people from different communities. And so far it's been a very positive experience, and I hope it continues being a positive and kind experience moving forward, because as you know, my content isn't really traditionally VTuber-esque, I guess. I don't know. I'm like I'm aware of that. Yeah, so maybe that leads on to some other questions for you.
Actually, yeah, no, it does lead on to quite a few questions, especially because, you know, this is the reason why I titled it as like mindfulness. I haven't met any, or I haven't really seen any VTuber that has kind of focused on that topic. So I'm wondering, because you practice mindfulness, you know, in your VTubing life. How about in your day-to-day?
Oh, absolutely. I think first we should define what mindfulness is and how one can go about like practicing or integrating it into their life, right? Yeah. And before I get started, I want to just acknowledge everyone who is tuning in from my end and on your end as well. Panda Burrito is here with us, and I just wanted to say hello and good evening to him, who has been another amazing supporter and kind friend that I've met along my VTubing journey. So, just taking a moment to acknowledge the people who are tuning in. But to answer your question of like, you know, mindfulness, first defining what mindfulness is. And honestly, I could look up a definition, but if I just had to say off the top of my head, right, just like on a whim, yeah, without looking it up, really, mindfulness is just bringing awareness to kind of the present moment. That's really all it is. And so I feel like a lot of people have the capacity to do that, but what kind of distracts them from bringing awareness to the present moment is usually distractions, anxiety, or any form of well, really, it's just distractions or anxiety or any other emotion that kind of bogs them down or brings them to a different place other than the present moment, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Kind of does.
So, for example, like if I'm sitting down, it also requires a bit of patience, right? Mindfulness takes a bit of patience and self-awareness. In my definition, if I had to describe my own mindfulness, it's patience with myself and with others, and also self-awareness, like knowing how I'm feeling in the moment, and a little bit of empathy. It's not all about empathy. You could probably still be mindful without being empathetic, but having a little bit of empathy is also very helpful in cultivating a strong mindfulness practice in your day-to-day routine. One activity you can do to strengthen your mindfulness is meditation. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, some ways that I bring mindfulness to my day personally is I sit down with myself, and I do this pretty regularly as of recently because I got a planner, which acts as like my journal, right? So I use my planner as my journal, and just as kind of like a side note, if you hear me say the word right a lot, I'm not saying like, oh, this is right or this is the way. It's more like, oh, are you still paying attention? It's more of like a back channeling. It's my moment of asking for back channeling. It's something that I've noticed that I'm doing a lot recently. I'll be like, right, like, are you still there, kind of thing. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's just like an opportunity for someone else to like chime in and give their back channeling. But I use my planner as kind of a journal, and some ways that I do mindfulness in my day. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is I sit with myself and I go through the chaos that is my mind, and I extract what is useful and the tasks that I need to do, and I organize it on a piece of paper in my planner or on a little sticky note, and then it helps me bring a little bit of organization to my day. And yeah, and I've done this before. It's kind of embarrassing, but I will share that sometimes I even write eat. EAT. Just these 3 words. I write.
Honestly,
yeah.
I need to do this.
I write down. No, I can take a photo and show you. It literally has this. I draw this little box. Like I just draw this tiny little square, this little box, and then I write eat right next to it. Yeah, and it's part of my self-care routine, and it's sometimes after I eat, I'm just kind of like, now what? Like, and I have like a lot of things. Like I did that earlier, where I wrote down some things, and in a way, when I write things down, for me, it's an act of mindfulness, because like it's bringing awareness to all the thoughts that are in my head, and I'm extracting it. I'm putting it down on a piece of paper, and kind of keeping it and keeping it organized. Yeah.
No, I think that's honestly really cool, because me being me, I'm a very forgetful bird. I don't really have a planner or anything like that. I should probably get one. But I don't really have a planner or anything like that. But just the fact that you write everything down, it's a very neat process. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's part of how I give myself like time and space, you know, like spending 5 minutes with my planner. And I love my planner. It's this really I don't know what kind of green. It's like a moss. It's like a mossy green color. Right? It's not like a fresh vibrant green, but it's like a moss green color, and it's got gold trims. So like on the edge of the paper, it's gold and shiny, and then it's really pretty. So I got this at a Barnes and Noble, I believe.
Shiny.
Yeah, it's shiny.
Yeah.
I should. Oh my god, you would love it. Yeah, it's shiny.
Yeah.
I would throw one at you if I could. If I could throw one at you, I totally would.
Yeah. Or just like bonk off my head. I'm gonna be like, hell yeah.
Use it.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, that's how I integrate mindfulness. I journal. I use my planner as my journal, and it also feels really good when I look back on my planner and I'm like, oh wow, look at all the things that I've, done today. And even if it's like 4 little things like eat, brush my teeth, review notes, or like do laundry, I'm like, oh yay, it's been a productive day, or like check emails or reply to emails. And usually I reply to some emails here and there, or send out emails, and or like read different articles, right? Like read this article, and so it's nice. Yeah.
Well, it seems very, very admirable. That's the word. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, anyone can do it. Even you could do it now.
Can, but then again, there are not many people. I know this from experience. Hi. Really put in the time or the effort to kind of, because I know it doesn't take much, or it doesn't take much time, but at the same time, like getting out a book and then getting into the habit of writing, like, oh yeah, I'm doing this today. I did this today. Oh hell yeah, I'm being cool. I'm being snazzy. Yeah. It's something that it's like getting into the habit of. It's very, I don't know, I admire that.
I've kind of had this process with me since middle school. So I don't know back then how it was for you, newer generations, but they used to hand out free planners in middle school. They would like throw a planner at you. I don't know if that happened to you or not, but no, oh my god, yeah, no. So I loved the planners, and people sometimes hated it. They're like, oh, what am I gonna, this is just an extra thing to carry. And I'm like, but like I held on to it, like it was so precious to me. And I loved the little quotes and the little notes that it had at the bottom of the book, right? Like so every page there was like a little fancy quote, something inspiring, and I'd always read it, and it, it's there for the week, and then the next week there'd be a different quote. So you can just imagine a small Poette holding a planner and like very like clutching it very close to my heart, and that was me. Yeah.
Oh, that's an adorable thought. I'm like drawing that now.
So that really stuck with me, and I've kind of made it a fun experience. So another thing that I've always wanted to get into is something called scrapbooking. Does anyone know about? Yeah, scrapbooking, where you take like different colored pencils, pens, stickers, maybe like cutouts from magazines. It's like a collage almost. And then if you have like photos, you can kind of like put the photo in the center or somewhere on the side, or like however you want to compose, and then you can kind of like decorate. I really enjoy these things. Yeah.
Because I have actually, now that you mentioned scrapbooking, I have this I have a giant book that I've just been adding to throughout the years
Mhm.
that my grandparents started for me
Mhm.
when I was about like 2.
Aw.
So it has so many pages. I can't close it. I've tried getting like a band or something. I can't close it with that. It broke.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So,
I really
so like just like how you like add to that scrapbook, right? Or album, however you want to call that giant book of memories. I also kind of feel like I feel that my planners are also something like that. It's kind of like a time capsule. I capture
Oh.
I capture these like moments of progress, and I think for me, my planners and that act as a journal for me, kind of boost my self-esteem. Because like, think about it, if you go about your day and the term that people use now is like bed rotting or like room rotting, right? These terms that
Yeah.
like I've been there too. I get it, and it just doesn't feel good, right? You just feel like, oh, I've wasted my day napping. But like when I write like, oh, I took a nap from this time to this time, and it could have been like a 2-hour nap, it could have been a 4-hour nap, heck, I probably overslept and it was a 6-hour nap. I might as well just call it sleep at this point, right? Yeah. And then I write that down and I can kind of see my day as it is, and then I'm like, oh, okay, so this part of my day was filled with me resting, and I find that very productive because that's something I needed at the time. I was really tired. And then from there, I think I write things like, oh, I check the time, and then I write down like, oh, cook dinner or make a meal, right, for myself, whether that's instant ramen or something a little bit more fancier, like fried rice or something more involved. Yeah. And then I clean up, and then I do the self-care things that people overlook, like brush teeth, take a shower, take a bath, clean up a little, vacuum, right? Do the dishes, do the laundry. These things, I write them down, and then that kind of becomes my day, and I'm just like, huh, okay. Back then, I used my planner a lot for like staying organized and on top of things related to school. And I found so much joy from writing down the things that I needed to do, and then there was a lot of like gratification, like satisfaction when I could either cross it out or like check mark it as something that I did and I accomplished. It's like a small thing, right? It could have been like, oh, I need to remind myself, go to the library and return book, and I know which book it is, right? And then it's like written, and it's like my planner, my I'm just gonna call it a planner. It acts as a journal, but it's more like a planner. It's really like my companion. Yeah, it's like a little buddy. It's like my, it's such a great buddy. It doesn't talk back to you. It doesn't argue with you. It's just there. It takes all my doodles and my notes and everything for me.
Nah. It's a water, but yeah. It's a little doodle. That's so cute. But if anything, I just think that's really really cool, especially because the full thing of just like planning, like writing stuff down, all that stuff, but then being like, oh, I did some cool shit, okay, but planners contain memories, which kind of goes into my next question. I am wondering, like, what's the most memorable part of, like, what was the most memorable thing as a VTuber so far?
Choking
Like,
on my water. Dying. I can't mute it. I took a sip of water and I was like trying to hold it back, and I'm just like a baby right now. But yeah, that's the most memorable part. Next question.
No, don't die on the 3rd episode.
I completely choked on water. And my spit.
You're just like, oh,
it like went down the wrong pipe.
no.
Like I took a sip and I'm like, oh, I'm so screwed, and I can't even mute it. Because if I mute it on my stream, people on your stream are still gonna hear it, and I'm just like, FML. I'll just.
Like, I'll accept my fate.
I'll just accept my fate.
Oh no.
Yeah. The most memorable. I have like so many good memories, and I have so many like weird memories too. From like VTubing. Like there's just one time where I don't know what came over me. I just started talking, and I was talking about my mascot, and it just became a thing. The mascot thing was like my pigeon sitting on a baked potato with an onion on its head. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It was just so vivid in my mind that I just had to express that one day. And
I've always wondered where the potato part came from. I'm like, what?
I don't know. It came to me. I didn't even do anything. It spawned from the void, and I have accepted it open-heartedly ever since.
Yeah, no, if anything. Actually, did you start off as a pigeon? As a potato pigeon? Or have you chilled as an interdimensional librarian, and then a coup of pigeons kind of take you in? I wonder.
Oh man, so I started out as an interdimensional librarian, and I don't know how it happened, but yeah, Kid Knuckle says that I polymorphed into a pigeon sitting on a baked potato, possibly flapping its wings to go to the library to return a late book or something. I don't know. Yeah, so it just stuck, and I'm like, yep, that's enough thinking for today. So I'm just gonna roll with it. And I remember when my community and I were involved in this Niori Cup. I don't know if you remember the Niori Cup. There was like a Niori Cup event, and I got second place. So that was also another memory that has become like a core memory for myself and my community. And I just rolled with it, and Niori-san, or Niori Senpai, the sensei, the artist, I asked her to draw the mascot in my design, and she drew it, and ever since then, like I wasn't sure what to expect, but she drew it, and and I was just like, okay, pretty cool, and I like it, and it sticks, and that's it. I am part bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, perfect is perfect. That does seem like a very cool moment. But you mentioned there were a bunch of like weird moments too. What are a couple?
I don't know if I should mention them. Some weird moments. Well, okay. It's just my interaction and the creation of the Krusties. I don't know if anyone remembers. It's not anything that I promote or actively talk about, but you know how on the internet there are like anonymous forum boards, right? And so I called like those anonymous forum board people. Because I know they're people behind the screen, right? But every time every time they talk about me specifically, I'm like talking to those people, and I call them Krusties. So, I mean, it's just weird. I don't know how to describe it, but that was just something that I'll probably always remember and kind of recall as like a moment. And I don't know why I did that. But I do know, like, if you're wondering like why I called them crusties, there's a friend of mine that I've known for quite a while, and we have really good like banter. I don't know why, because I don't like to do a lot of banter, but I have really good banter with this person, and it's always been like that since the beginning. And one day, I called him Krusty, my friend. Yeah, I called him Krusty, and you know and then the banter's like, what? That's why am I Krusty? And it's just, it's just really funny, the banter that we exchange, and so I thought, maybe I could turn that experience with these anonymous forum people into something positive, like this ongoing exchange of like teasing, right? So that's how I kind of saw it. It's just a little bit of like back and forth teasing here and there, and not to take negative feedback too harshly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's that is a good. I wait. What's the word? That's a good way to kind of, be like, oh yeah, I got this. You're musty, dusty, crusty, but we're good.
Exactly. I remember management told me not to interact with like those people, and they were really surprised that like by calling them crusties, it became kind of like this I don't know what you want to call it. To me, I feel like it was a moment to connect. Like, I guess, like, if I had to say, it could have been, like, I could have called them haters, right? But, like,
yeah.
Instead of calling them haters, I called them crusties. That's all they are. They're just a little crusty. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little banter between myself and the crusties. So...
a little crusty, a little stinky,
Yeah. Yeah, stinky is a little offensive, but
no, it's a good stinky.
It's a good
like
stinky.
lavender.
Oh, okay, right, for sure.
But no, if anything, that is a very you're right. That is a very weird interaction.
Yeah, it's a weird memory, but it's something that kind of like makes me wonder, like, why did I do that?
It just happened, it's like no. That is also like because you have very cool, very positive, very weird interaction, but I'm also wondering, like, how about like aspects, like most and least favorite aspects of like VTubing, and your most favorite?
Do you want the truth, or do you want the truth?
I'd like the truth, please.
Okay, one of the truths. If I could just be really honest, there are certain aspects of the whole VTubing experience that I get worried about, that kind of like worry me, and it's just like it kind of like, how do I want to say this? It makes me feel like, oh man, am I suitable? Is there space for someone like me to be involved in this, VTubing, right? Because VTubing, like, mainstream is one thing, and then you got like the, what's popular and what's trending, and there's this little corner of the internet where I am, and I'm just kind of doing my own thing, right? And meeting the people that I'm meeting. But let me go ahead and answer the first part of the question, which is easier. One of the aspects that I really like about VTubing is this ability to connect. I think when done correctly, you can find there's just this tremendous capacity for connection. And where I'm coming
Yeah.
where I'm coming from with all of this is like in this day and age, we are kind of isolated, like socially, because like everyone, like technology allows us to connect really fast, but also allows us to disconnect really fast. So, you know, I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that we can connect really, really fast, and that's kind of one aspect of VTubing as a medium that I really, really enjoy. And just like someone in my chat is saying, there are like I'm just making this term up, edutubers. I don't know if that sounds right. That doesn't sound right. Education VTubers, right? That didn't sound right. It sounded really edgy. But like edutainment. And yeah, just like Scylla was saying in my chat, like because everyone is so edge tubers, just no, I meant like education, but it just sounded like edge tubers.
Edge tubers, yeah.
Right, yeah, spreader of knowledge. I don't know what we're spreading, but
Hey yo.
yeah. Also, welcome to the folks who are tuning in. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so that's like the first part that I enjoy about VTubing is this like freedom to really express yourself and to do things at your own pace, and you can follow what's popular and mainstream, but you can also kind of carve out your own path. And that's what I'm like attempting, right? As you mentioned earlier, like you don't really see a lot of people doing what I'm doing. I personally have seen other VTubers. Like there's like a VTuber who's a PhD student, and she literally on her stream talks about like her studies and her PhD process, and I'm just like, whoa, you know, I'm like, that is so cool. Like if you like anime or you're okay with like anime-esque stylization of appearance, right? Then and then in addition to like your own interests, I think it's a really nice way to inform and express yourself. Yeah.
Nah, I think
Yeah, but one of the darker
this,
sides. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say after the stream is over, send link.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really cute. I'll have to send you over to her. And then you might know, I know just off the top of my head the name of this VTuber. It's a shout out to Miss Piper Sensei. Some of you guys know her. She's very pink. She loves Sonic the Hedgehog. You can just look up Piper Sensei. I don't know if you've seen her around.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I really enjoy Miss Piper Sensei's content about like, it's just like positive, it's like content that's positive and somewhat informative, and it gets you thinking, and I quite enjoy. I think she's a really lovely person, so yeah. Yeah. But yeah, some to answer the other side of your question about, you know, some aspects of VTubing that I like and then I don't like, or you know, struggle with, is kind of finding my place. Like I said, VTubing is a big industry, but there's just kind of like this. There's like, I don't know if it's like a demand or an expectation to be a certain way that's very mainstream, and I do worry. Like it gives me some concern, like, oh, you know, little old me, do I have space? Like, can I create space doing what I'm doing? And is it, you know, is it sustainable? Will people be interested? And I mean, so far it's been pretty good. There's really no complaints, but like any fan base, right? Like any fan base, you'll always get the naysayers. It's like that with anything, right? So I'm just trying to, or like gatekeepers, I guess is what they call it, gatekeepers, right? Or people, or people who might like disagree with your methodology of what you're doing and say, oh no, you should be doing this instead. And so like I kind of have a hard time grappling with some like feedback like that, because I kind of have like this idea of what I want to do, and
it's just like backseating.
Yeah, it almost is kind of like they're trying to like backseat my entire hobby / experience, you know? And like, I don't know, part of me wants to say like, why don't you try it, you know? Like, nothing's stopping you exactly, right?
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
Backseat tool.
Mhm.
Yeah. But if anything, that is definitely a concern that does exist
Mhm.
within the sphere.
Absolutely. 1000%.
But yeah, if anything, at least I am very happy to see like your community is like very supportive. You know the saying like the community respects the
The
tuber,
Yeah.
the streamer,
Yeah.
the streamer.
The
Yeah.
streamer. I like that. I like that. The streamer. So cute.
But yeah, no, seeing how like nice and supportive and sort of like welcoming your community is, I'd say if anything, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. That means a lot to me, and to be recognized is probably one of the greatest compliments that I could receive. So thank you, Nell.
But if anything, I do wonder, speaking of your community and like where you're going at, I wonder what about the future? Like, what's your like VTubing goal?
My Vtubing goal. That's so if we're talking metrics, right? Currently my metric is just to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, so that's
You're
like a
close.
yeah. That's a metric goal, and then from there probably work up to like 5,000. But you know that also depends on kind of like my content, right? I don't think people follow like a dead channel or a channel that's not like in the. And I mean, there's like so much that goes into this. Like the algorithm picks up like the name of your title and like what your icon, your thumbnail looks like and stuff like that, right? And like the engagement and like the keywords that you use, and it's such a thing, really. I kind of again struggle with that myself, but maybe other people are struggling too, so I'm not the only one. But yeah, my goal is really just to hit that 1K mark and to see if I can start memberships on my YouTube channel with some of the scholars, and so that they can kind of support my content more, pushing for better, higher quality content. In fact, another goal of mine is to reach out to a creative studio. Yes, monetization. Through monetization, I would be able to have some disposable income to what? Yeah, to actually improve my content. Like, I'm willing to pay for it, like the first time, just to get a feel for the process, but you know, for long term it'll definitely be something that would need something that could support itself, and ultimately my goal is for my content to be able to support itself. So like, for example, if it takes $100 to create a video, this is just an example, that I earn enough to be able to do that. Right now I'm kind of like paying out of pocket, right? Yeah, so that's kind of my goal as a VTuber, is be able to create content that's like helpful, meaningful, at least insightful, or like informative. Like, say for example, if someone like looks at my channel and is like, oh, what is mindfulness, right? And they like watch a video about mindfulness from me, and then they learn a little bit about, oh, okay, that's what mindfulness is, then I feel like I've accomplished what I set out to do. If someone looks at my video and is like, oh, what is wise mind, like what the heck is that, looks at it, learns like one or two components about what it is, maybe is curious, and then like looks up more resources and articles to read about wise mind, then I feel like I'm satisfied with that accomplishment. Like kind of introducing these topics to people and viewers in a way that's like manageable. I am trying to focus. One of my goals is to do more long form content, because research shows that short form content is not very good for our attention span. Yeah. And so I think kind of having something like 5 minutes long as opposed to 1 minute long to explain something, and I might be attracting like a certain audience, or like a small group of people again who can stomach that. And so I'm constantly thinking about like, oh, how do I make 5 minutes interesting? Like how can I make 5 minutes or some long form content interesting, engaging, relaxing, entertaining, or informative or insightful in some way? So these are some of the things that I consider in order to achieve my goal for creating content that's meaningful and insightful. So that's also one of my goals, making content that's like that. Yeah.
That is chill. I may or may not have fallen victim to the short form brain rot, where
Yeah. No, I doom scroll. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I'm guilty of doom scrolling as just like anybody else. So yeah, so doom scrolling is but the thing is that when I doom scroll, I try to stop every like 5 minutes and read like an article for like another 5 minutes to kind of like slow down my doom scrolling. Yeah, like I try to like when I see myself like doom scrolling like really fast, I'm like, oh wait, I catch myself, and then I'm like, let me just really read through everything, and then I intentionally look for like longer form content to read or to watch or to engage with and to consider. But again, that kind of information doesn't really stick to me. I'm a very kinesthetic, visual, audio, like I have to write it down in order to learn something.
Yeah.
So
because I will say this did happen the other day, not yesterday, but like the day before yesterday, where I ended my stream, and I said I was gonna go to bed, and then I was kind of scrolling through TikTok. That worst thing to do, and then the sun was up. And this seems like a very, very common thing amongst the few.
It happens.
But yeah, the sun was up is 11 a.m.
I think so. There's another thing to consider. So the light that's being emitted from our devices, our phones, right, and our computers, I think it's blue light. You can correct me if I'm wrong, someone in chat, but I think it's blue light, right? It's the blue light coming from these electronic devices that actually it messes with our circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm, to put it very simply, is like there's this. It's kind of like our internal clock. So like when the sun is up, we know to like wake up and to like go about our day, right? And like in our brain, the circadian rhythm kind of gets disrupted when it's nighttime, right? Nighttime means, oh, it's time to wind down, it's time to find shelter, it's time to find some place to rest, because we've been out all day either hunting, gathering, or going about our day working and going to school or some activity, right? So at nighttime it's time to rest our body. I want to give Leafy Soul Green really quick shout out, a thank you for the 5. So thank you very much, Leafy. I appreciate it a lot. But going back to circadian rhythm, the blue light that's emitted from our phones disrupts our natural circadian rhythm. So when it's nighttime, some of the suggestions from like a lot of people and professionals included, even some doctors say this, to just before you go to sleep, like say you want to go to sleep in like an hour, put away the phone for an hour and do something manual. Like not digital, manual. So like, get a sketchbook, do some watercolor at night, coloring books, that's perfectly fine too. Drawing, like sketching in a like an actual piece of paper or like a notebook or journaling or planning, maybe planning the next day, food prep, these like more manual tasks before you go to sleep, so that you're not engaged with that blue light from your device. Yeah, easier said than done, I get it, but still a suggestion. Yeah.
No, that is a good tip.
Well, just something to keep in mind.
No.
So it's not just you. Yeah, it's not just you. It's not your fault. It's also the fact that the device that you're holding that's in front of your face is really messing with your sleep cycle as well.
That's true. No, I do wonder. Is what as someone who is watching currently, or like I do watch your streams, or like I do go back and watch the VOD.
Oh.
I do also cuz I want to learn fun. Yes. Anyways, no, but what's one thing you'd like to do on stream that you just kind of haven't yet?
Something that I want to do on stream but I haven't yet. Okay, so I low-key want to exercise while streaming. So I have it somewhat planned out. I am planning on doing this eventually. Okay. So I'm using like I have this 3D model from like Vroid. It's very basic, it's very simple, no commission, and I have to test it out still. So I have to like move my current chair, like my desk chair right now. I have to move it out of the way, and I have to roll my stationary bike, like the little stationary bike that like sits in front of my webcam, and then I have to like get on the little stationary bike and then like see if the webcam can like capture my full body. And then I would stream while on the stationary bike, and I still have to see if that works. So I don't know how other VTubers do it, because I know do you guys know Zentreya, right? The streamer Zentreya from VShojo. Yeah. She actually, funny enough, recently, I mean, I was talking about it, and I'm still trying to like set up the equipment for it. But she's like doing some exercise streams every now and again, or she was doing some exercise streams where she got like a full model, and I know the artist who did her outfit, which is so gorgeous, really simple, minimalistic, and so she got like this like workout outfit, and then got like to do some exercise streams, which I thought was really cool. So that's actually something that I want to do, integrate fitness, because I feel like, my content is like mental health, but it's also wellness, and I also like to integrate wellness in the form of physical health as well. So it's something that I want to do. Yeah.
No, that's freaking duck, yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun once I get to do that, and plus you were there for my holiday collab, the donation charity thing. I was gonna call it a donathon. Yeah, and so some of the redeems were like exercise related, right?
Yeah, you have like what was it, like 40 hours worth of just
don't know if it
Was,
was
like,
40.
running.
I don't know if it was 40. More like maybe like 7. The last I counted was like 7.
You know, an amount of hours of which may or may not be a lot regardless. Ahaha. Yes.
Mhm. Agreed. That's fair to say. Yeah, only 7. Exactly.
It's just like miscounted. It's actually like 70, but not.
Oh no.
So
Why is the number increasing?
like you said the 7, I said the D.
70. Nothing good comes out of the D.
E.
E.
But, yeah, no. Oh, that reminds me. I still have to drink cursed sodas.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything. Also, I do know you did mention like Zentrea. You mentioned Piper Sensei, but I do. This is where we go to like, who's your Oshi?
Oh, okay.
Who's your Oshi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna actually probably answer 2 questions. So earlier you asked me like some like fond memories of VTubing, right? This is also going to answer the question about my Oshi, but really quick, in a story format, I have also tried to talk about my Oshi, and one time I was so nervous and my brain was like switching between English and Japanese in this weird like moment with myself that no one could probably see, and basically I mispronounced my Oshi's name in the dumbest way possible. But yeah, my Oshi is from Hololive, and they are Gargura.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gargura, and I just find her really adorable, really talented, like musically, and a great talker, very interesting, an amazing sense of humor, very, I like her concept, a shark is kind of cool, but yeah, the first time I was so nervous and my brain was like switching between 2 languages, and I mispronounced Gargura's name and I called her Galagula. Like I had like a moment where I just couldn't pronounce her name properly.
Gargola. Gola is yes.
Yeah, Goomba, yeah. The chum buddies, the chum bucket.
Oh no. Oh yeah, no, that is glory.
Yeah, but she is kind of so talented, and really fits the idol image very well. She really fits this like professional, silly. She's very much herself, and I really do admire her. I always have admired her for quite a while. And she has such an adorable voice, just a voice that fits her character. Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. My second Oshi is Nell the crow, but no one knows that, so don't tell her. Yeah, so don't.
Wait, who is that?
Yeah, wait, what? Oh yeah, Gargura. Yes, Gargura, but a crow.
Yeah.
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 If anything, that is a glorious answer. Oh no. Your Oshi, your goals, like that's all. Okay, no. If anything, you mentioned like analytic goals and stuff like that, like reaching 1K and snazziness. But I do wonder, like, what are some like personal goals, like whether it's like with your content or with your next step? What are some things you'd want to do?
So with my content, I definitely want to level it up. So that's kind of been my main focus, is reaching out to creative studios and being able to level up my content so that it's more kind of tailored to the brand of Poette and the scholars. Yeah, so and like making it so that it's mainstream enough to be kind of on par with some of the other big names out there. That would be like a dream, but I think I have a long way to go. So baby steps. Let's see, what was the second part of the question? So that was like content, and then the second part was like with my
just like no, continue that.
Oh no, go.
Like just like personal goals, like what you plan for the future, stuff like that.
Yeah, I definitely want to continue trying to work outside of my comfort zone and do more collabs. So you know, collabs like this is really essential and important in order to kind of get to know, you know, folks. So thank you for hosting this, you know, these types of collabs. Yeah, it's really good. Yesterday I had the honor and privilege of interviewing two people that I got a chance to learn from. I'm not sure if you were able to watch the VODs. They're very short if you watch them on like 1.75 speed, 1.75 speed. But it's only like an hour, and I time-stamped it, so if there's like a question or a part that like stands out to you, you guys can like go back and watch the VODs from yesterday. The interview with Dr. Gunner and Bike Beast. Yeah.
I kept on like mishearing. Okay. Whenever I tried to like recall like Dr. Gunner's name, I forgot the er. I kept on thinking it was like Dr. Gunn. Now I'm like confused.
Oh no, Dr. Gunner. So when I asked him how to pronounce their name, they said something like, "Oh, if you're European, it's Gunnar," right? Like the emphasis is a little more fancy. Yeah. So for a while I was like trying to call him Dr. Gunnar, but then when I checked his social media, like he referred to himself as Dr. Gunner, so I was like, oh, okay. That makes it a lot more easier to pronounce. Yeah.
You're just like, oh, fancy. No. But yeah, no, that is definitely fair. Like, cause I think collabs like this and or with the other individuals, you know, they're kind of not just essential, but they're also like oh yeah, I can still be social. It's fine. I have talking skills. I got you.
Yeah.
Like words are fine.
Yeah.
But nah, I also think it's like it's very cool. It's very cool just seeing like who you collab with next, and I'm just like, oh, well, I can learn from this.
Yeah. I get this feeling, and I don't know if it's the truth, but it's just kind of like my suspicion, right? That certain people out in the VTubing fandom, if you will, maybe don't like the idea of me collaborating with quote unquote fleshies, right? People who are
flesh tubers,
right? Yeah. And I want to just kind of like reiterate that what inspired me to want to be that bridge to like the real world and real world experiences and knowledge is not because I'm trying to like go against the industry, right? But I was like really inspired. You guys know Iron Mouse, right? Iron Mouse, yeah. So Iron Mouse had this interview with a VTuber, she's a VTuber, had a interview with a YouTuber named Healthy Gamer GG. And in that interview, I thought it was really wholesome how they interacted and how Dr. K, the streamer, was like asking her questions and how she opened up about her experience regarding like mental health and wellness and self-esteem as well. And I was just really inspired by that interaction, and I thought, wow, like, is there room in the VTubing industry for such, like, for more of that? Like, are there people that like enjoy that type of interaction? And I was really worried at first that like people wouldn't benefit or would get really like upset, and I tried my best early on to try to like break people's expectations. For example, for example, you know how like my streams are very co-ed, for example, whereas within the industry, people can get really like possessive of their idol or their oshi, right? Like they can get really possessive, and then they're like, oh no, I don't want my VTuber, like very possessive, to be streaming with another person that I don't approve of, right? It becomes very this dynamic that's very controlling. And so I try to like the way I try to handle that is like early on I try to like let people know that one, this is a safe space, and then two, I want to try to be that, like, I want balance essentially, right? I essentially just want balance, and what that can look like is different. Whereas in my opinion, an idol who is like a girl, like maybe not just talking about VTubers, like idols in like the industry of like Korean pop music or J-pop, when they're not allowed to like interact with other types of people, it's very controlling. But I understand why. Like I know why it is the way it is, but
yeah, there's still like you still like yeah. Not if anything. Oh, continue.
Oh no, I was just I just wanted to comment and kind of echo some of the things that are being said in my chat. So Scylla says even holo girls collab with quote unquote flesh tubers. So the against the industry is just a gatekeeping excuse, right? I'm mindful of that. King says that there's more guys in female VTuber streams and vice versa. And yeah, so with a female, there's usually a lot of like men who are tuning in, right? And it didn't actually occur to me until later on, but it made me worried. Like, oh, would my scholars be okay if my space was like a cohabited, like different different genders and different perspectives, you know what I mean? Because I mean, obviously I broke that that rule like early on, but I
completely forgot that was
co-ed. Thank you co-ed. It was and then I got really worried, because I do really care about the opinions of I want to make others comfortable. I'm not out to step on people's toes, basically. I'm not out to like do this to like make someone feel uncomfortable, and so it's just a consideration within the industry. I'm just really glad that I'm attracting the right people, and I think that's what's really important for me.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think you're doing, pretty good. I not realize that there was a, not realize. More like I kind of forgot about
the co-ed rule. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, okay, this is chill, this is fun. I can stream and be snazzy and be like, oh, okay. I bring friend on. Ahaha.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, so
It's not normal. Oh.
no. So that's the thing.
No.
Depending on who you are, if you've already broken that barrier, then
Yeah.
that's like pretty good, and then people are still like okay with that, then that's fine, right? Yeah.
Luckily, I'm the master of breaking rules. I mean, wait, no,
Yes,
wait, shit,
yeah.
no,
So
wait.
so that makes sense, right? Yeah. Just light up the place if they disagree. Oh, you don't agree with me? Fire.
Well, also a little off topic. No, little Astrid. I know you won't see this for like 10 minutes, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. My people are people. People are goofy. I am goofy. Yes. A yuck.
Did you just yuck?
A yuck. Goofy is goofy.
So goofy.
Well, that I have almost run out of questions, and your drawing is I colored you chibi.
Oh.
Your drawing is basically almost done. So with that, I do wonder if there are any kind of like final thoughts. Where can people find you? Stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, so I stream primarily on YouTube. It's kind of interesting right now because I wanted to try to better organize my content. And so I didn't realize, but like by wanting to organize and separate my content from like mental health from gaming, right? And like casual gaming streams, I kind of might like lose out on potentially gaining followers and subscribers from doing that. But I do have like 2 channels. I'll probably focus on the main channel, which is youtube.com with the @Poette.
Yeah.
So that's my main channel. Yeah, that's my main channel, which is more about like mental health, wellness, health, and you know, tips for like emotional regulation, and just like, you know, so far I've been covering dialectical behavioral therapy topics like wise mind and such like that. But my other channel is youtube.com/@Poette Plays. That one is more gonna be for like once I hit like 1,000 on my main channel, I'll try to like separate the content a little bit more. Yeah. What I could do is dual stream for the meantime, just to for both channels. I'll probably dual stream on both of them for a little while until I can get up to 1,000 on my main, and then hopefully there's interest in like wellness topics out there. So yeah.
But that is shocking fun.
Yeah.
But
Oh, someone, I think Evan, is asking in your chat, what's the bit rate at the moment now? Oh,
800.
My goodness. Does that have to do with your Wi-Fi, or is that just like your computer?
Okay, it's just my okay, it's more like my router and like the location I'm at is like no matter what I try, unless I get like some weird ass Starlink internet, I get musky husky internet. Then I'm kind of stuck with a delay that may or may not be able to get fixed.
Okay.
Well, it's just like location stuff.
Okay.
But
yeah. Well, did you have like any questions? I mean, I know you didn't want to put me on the spot, but I can do my best to kind of answer any curiosities around my content. Like you had mentioned, you know, you wanted to learn more about mindfulness, or maybe that was just like a clickbaity title. I'm not sure.
No, it's not. It's not. I do. I do have one or two questions. Like, what types of mindfulness do you kind of practice or like sort of introduce to the your channel and stuff?
Yeah. So, with mindfulness, there's like many different techniques and approaches to achieving mindfulness. So there's meditation, right? There's there's guided meditation. There's journaling, or you know what I do like with my planner, where you write things down and express yourself that way. There's also breathing exercises like box breathing. Some of you guys might have heard of box breathing before.
Oh,
Mhm.
I haven't heard of that. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
hmm
Those are both very yes.
Yeah. It's really good if you have like anxiety or a lot of stress that you're dealing with. Any one of these, like meditation, journaling, box breathing, can help you significantly reduce stressors and anxiety. Leafy says stretching, and yes, stretching is also something that I promote for like physical well-being. There's many different types and forms of stretching that one could do. There's also tapping. Tapping is something new, and I haven't really formally introduced it or really advocated for it, but tapping is something that I learned maybe like a month or two ago, or like revisited. But it's where, yeah, it's acupressure, not acupuncture. It's acupressure, where you tap certain pressure points in your body, such as your collarbone. So you take your hands and your fingertips specifically, and you just gently tap your collarbone, or just like underneath your collarbone. And then you can also tap the your cheekbones, and that area is supposed to like bring about relaxation and like reduce tension in your face and in your nervous system.
Like tap or poke?
Tap, tap, like
Okay.
rhythmically, like rhythmically tapping on it. I'll have to send you a link to that. You might be interested in that. Might be helpful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say initially I thought you meant like tap dancing, and I was so confused. But
Well, it's like tap dancing, like, you know, like what they do with their feet, but you do that with your hands on like a point in your body. Yeah.
like tiny tap shoes for your fingers. Hell yeah.
Cute. Mm.
Yeah. I don't have really any other questions, so I think I'm gonna wrap up my stream. But
Okay.
thank you so much
Yeah.
for just like coming on,
Mhm.
explaining what you do and how snazzy you are.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm snazzy? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I try to be snazzy.
Yeah.
I'm also human.
Blah.
I don't want like people to put me on a pedestal and think like, oh, you know,
No.
Poette must think she's so much better than us. It's like, oh my god, get over yourself. I should have had someone use this like big complex word, and it basically means someone who thinks that they're better than other people. I'm like, oh my god, that is so not me at all. Not even.
No.
Yeah.
I definitely know that's not you. I remember like our 3 a.m. calls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So with this, I say, fair now. I absolutely love what you do. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
And I will be sending you more weird Amazon abominations at some point in time.
Okay.
Just with this, I say, fair now. Yeah. Bye.
Okay. All right. And off she goes. Yeah. so that was a little cozy session. I'll go ahead and wrap up with everybody. Do you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, or feedback for me, scholars who are in the chat still? All right. I'm glad everyone had a good time. Thank you so much for being here and for tuning in. That was Nell. I've included Nell's information in the description below. And yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. And please take care. I'm glad you guys had fun. I will be back on soon. Let me just double check the schedule. It'll be tomorrow. I'll be playing Stardew Valley and getting that going, trying to test out some things for community gaming. I'm still playing MapleStory. I should stream when I play MapleStory, but it would be so random and awkward because it's not planned, and I don't expect people to, like, you know, throw themselves to attend, but yeah, we'll see about some guerrilla streams during the week and playing MapleStory. It's just mind-numbing work. But until then, thank you so much. And okay, all right, yeah, I'll look into that, Scylla. Thank you. Will do. And yeah, so I'll see you guys hopefully again soon. I'll be streaming tomorrow again. It'll be Stardew Valley. Reploid, thank you so much for tuning in, and for everyone lurking and listening. Don't be shy. You're always welcome to say hello and chat if you'd like to. Make yourself known. But if you are happy lurking, please be happy and please continue lurking. We'll see you guys again soon. Sending you guys a lot of positive energy. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye bye. See you.